Hello, Global Stars. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to be seeing something very interesting. We are going to learn how to build our own currency converter. The exchange rate, how to convert a currency from one currency to another currency. So now we are going to understand what are the expectations that is needed for us to be able to build this project. You get it? So this is the 8th project in our 25 Python projects from beginners to advanced. So the expectation is that this project should be able to convert one currency to another currency. It should be able to ask the users to enter the amount to be converted and should give a condition to check if the amount they're entering, if it is less than or equals to zero, then it should print a message to give them a feedback by telling them an invalid amount, because you cannot give a currency that is not any amount. You want to convert to another currency, it doesn't make sense, right? Also, it should be able to do what to show the various currencies labels to the what to be used. You get it? For example, if I want the labels of the currencies I want to use, like US dollars, euro, pounds, all those things. We want to see the labels of those currencies, whatever the ones that we are using to be able to use. Canadian dollars. So we have to be able to pass a condition also to the users if the currency that the user entered should be converted. If not, it should be listed among the currencies that we have given. Because if it is not, then it should be able to print a feedback message to the user by telling the user it's an invalid currency. And it should be able to display the various exchange rates. Because normally, before you convert the currency from one currency to another currency, you have to have the exchange rates, right? So we should be able to display those exchange rates for the currencies that are involved in the source currency. That it should be able to equal to the target currency. For example, if I want to convert from US dollars to Canadian dollars, so the US dollars is my source currency, the Canadian dollars is my target currency. So, guys, before we continue, guys, if you're stumbling on this channel for your very first time, what are you waiting? Just click the subscribe button. If you haven't liked this video, you've been rocking with us, guys. You watch the videos. Do me a favor for us to be able to build the algorithm of this channel to allow YouTube to be able to push this channel ahead. So, guys, just do me a favor to click on the like button. You see the thumbs up on your down there as you're watching on your screen. And then, please, if you're just stumbling on this channel for the very first time, do me a favor to click the subscribe button, guys. This is a very beautiful community. Click the subscribe button, and when you click the notification bell and select all so you get notified whenever we upload a new video. And guys, don't forget to comment. You can keep a comment in the comment section, okay? To communicate with you, to know how I want to know how you're doing, how the project you're enjoying it. And then, for those of you who have downloaded the source code, tell me if you found it easy for you to do that and share with others, guys. Share on all your social media platforms, share with others. Thank you so much, guys. Let's continue to build this project. So, guys, this project is going to ask you. What will happen is that you want to convert a currency from one currency, source currency, to another target currency. It's going to ask you enter the amount. Let's say I want to convert 2,000. This 2,000 is asking me, is it because now what are this in the currency levels I've chosen? I chose just three currency levels I chose to inside the program. I choose just three: US dollars, euro, and Canadian dollars. So now it's asking me, you want to convert $2,000. What is your source currency? From which currency do you want to convert from and to? So let's say I want to convert it let's say USD. So I want to convert from USD. Then what is the target the target currency, sorry. To which currency do I want to convert to? Let's say I want to convert to Canadian dollars. So it is going to convert it to tell me that 2,000 US dollars is equivalent to 2,500 Canadian dollars based on the exchange rate. Remember, it is based on the exchange rate we have given and the program finished. So now let's try to understand it, because this is how it's going to happen. Any of the currency below, because I've chosen just for sample as a project, you can now modify it when we are going. I'm going to explain to add as many currencies as possible, but I've just chosen these three currencies I've just included with their exchange rate. Okay, now let's try to work and see how it goes. Now, this is the project in front of us, the program that is written. So what I've done is that what I'm defining I just define this is a function, and the function name I've given is the def get amount. The function name is to get the amount, because we need to get the amount from the users. I want to get the amount, the original amount, that from the beginning it should get the amount to tell the users to enter the amount. And I'm passing it inside a while loop because I want to go to you. And then in that while loop, I say while true. I'm saying I'm using the try block, which is I want to be able to handle the exception. So that if in case a user enters an invalid amount, it should be able to raise an exception, a value error, to be able to handle it. So it says I'm having a variable here that is amount, which is storing what? Is storing what? An input. Is storing an input function, and that input function I've used a float to a float function, meaning that what? A user can enter any amount based off it, means the amount can have cents. Because when you're talking of money, money deals with floating point, isn't it? Money, you can, if it is just 1,000, okay, 1,000. What about 1,050 cents? Or what about point something? You know, that is how money is. Exchange. Money is always having a point. And this is a floating money is a floating, it's always having floating point values. The cents. So what we're saying here is I'm taking an input function. I'm asking the users, enter the amount, because the amount is the amount of money that you want to convert. And then I'm passing the condition to check to say if the amount of money, because now if the amount, because this amount variable is holding the amount that the user has entered, and if this amount is less than or equals to 0, means that if it is 0, you want to convert the money. How can you bring 0 francs to convert? There's nothing like 0 francs or negative 1,000 francs, dollars, or $0 or negative $1,000 or euro or Canadian dollars. It doesn't make sense, right? Exactly. It doesn't make sense. So it should be able to raise a value exception, value error, isn't it? To return the amount. You get it? And the except value, say what is going to give us a message, a feedback to the user. So feedback is going to be given to the user to tell the users invalid amount, meaning that the user should be able to know the amount I have entered is invalid. Now let me enter the correct amount. Now I'm getting another function. This function is to get the currency. Because if you're entering the amount, you should be able to get a currency that you want to convert the money from to, isn't it? That is it. Just put that in mind, what I just showed you before here. To get what I should be able to convert to, from, and to. But we need a from the and to. Which currency I'm converting from, which currency I'm converting to. So that's what I said. The currency, the levels. So now the parameter we are taking here are the level, because these are the levels. So we are having what? I'm having a tuple here. This is a tuple that I've taken. To be able to put the particular this in the particular levels of the currencies, you can add as many as possible depending on you. You can set to increase the list. So for example, I've just taken 3 currencies. So the US dollars, euro, and the Canadian dollars. So I'm taking a variable called currencies. This currencies is holding this tuple. You get it? It's holding the tuple list of these particular levels, because the US dollars, these are the levels that it's holding. And I'm passing in a while loop. I'm saying while true, the currency, this is a variable currency, is holding the input of what? The formatted string of the level. Remember, this is a level parameter, isn't it? It's holding of the level currency, which is what? The US dollars, euro, or this. Means that the user has 3 choices. He has 3 choices to choose from. So he has the USD, he has the euro, and he has the Canadian dollars. Means that what? If you increase the list, you're also going to increase it here. So once you increase your list here, the tuple list here, you also need to increase the list here. And I say too, I use the upper function to tell them, means I can be able to, you can also be convert, you can also put capital letters, as well as you can put the small letters. Is going to go first. Can you able to put it in capital letters where you're writing? So I'm given a condition here that I'm saying, if the currency, this is a condition we're passing here, that if the currency is not in currencies, meaning if whatever the currency that they use is chosen here, for this currency here, because this currency here is holding what? Is holding the levels, these levels here. These are the 3 levels for you to choose from. And this is what it is holding. And it's saying that if the user now put, instead of putting USD, let's say the user went and put pounds. And pounds does not exist here. Isn't it? Pounds does not exist here. The user went and put pounds. You get it? And then, if you look here now, it says if the currency is not in currencies, if it is not in this, meaning that whatever you're choosing here, that it is not, you have not defined it here, it's not existing here. It is going to give a feedback to the users to say it is an invalid currency because the currency was never defined. It was never in the list, in the tuple. We never gave it. The currency was never existing. It's not existing there. So you cannot go and give a rupee, an Indian rupee. You cannot go and use a rupee when we never included it inside this. But this variable currencies is holding all the levels. Now you go and give a label that does not exist. Now you enter a currency here, which this variable is holding, and now you expect it to convert when it is not even existing here. So it is going to tell you invalid currency, or else if you enter it correctly, it is going to return the currency for us. That is the else part. Means that else is going to return the currency for us if we enter it correctly, isn't it? Exactly. Now it is the point for us to convert. So we have seen the two things. The first thing that we've seen here is we've got two functions. The other one is to get the amount to ask the users to be able to enter the amount we want to convert. Right. And then check it and then to see that the user is entering the correct amount. It's not entering something that is not in monetary terms, isn't it? And then the next function here is holding what? Is holding the labels of all the currencies to know the various currencies that we want to convert from and to. Isn't it? Now it is to get now what to convert it. Before you convert the currency, the first thing you need to know is that what we need to write the exchange. You get it? If you don't know the exchange rate, how can you convert that currency? Because number one, we have three things here we want to work with. We need to have an amount, and that amount we should be able to convert that amount. We need to have an amount, and that amount we should be able to convert it from a source currency. We need to choose a particular currency we want to convert that amount from. And then we need to also have a target currency, that is the currency that we want to convert the money to. Can you get it? That is why we are having three parameters here to be able to convert the currency. So now we need to know the exchange rate, right? So the exchange rate I'm having here. So just here as we come for the exchange rate, I'm having the USD. So I'm choosing the dictionary as I said. So this is the key, and then this is our entire value. So for this, the key for USD means for USD to convert USD to euro or to Canadian dollars. This is the exchange rates that we are having here. For euro, the exchange rate to convert to USD or Canadian dollars. These are the exchange rates. And the same thing also to Canadian dollars. So if I'm choosing Canadian dollars, these are the exchange rates that I'm going to. For Canadian dollars to USD, the exchange rate is 0.80. These are the exchange rate for both for it. So you see, I've taken the dictionary. And so you see, it's just like a dictionary in a dictionary. Because this is a dictionary, and inside this particular dictionary, we still have a small dictionary. We have the key and also have the value. We have the key and also have the value. So to be able to have so mean that if I'm converting using USD, if I want to convert USD to euro, the exchange rate I'm going to use these days to Canadian dollars. If it is euro to Canadian to US dollars, this is what is going to follow. If it is Canadian dollars to US dollars or euro, this is how we are going to follow. These are the exchange rates that I've already defined here and kept inside the dictionary for us to be able to use. I just took a function that I'm taking with the exchange. Everything I'm having the exchange rate. Now I'm given a condition saying if the source currency is equal to the target currency, returns the amount. Now this is where the conversion takes place. Now, let's say I have $1,000. I want to convert $1,000. The amount, I have $1,000 in my hand. Now the source currency should be to be now which dollars? Is it Canadian dollars or US dollars? Let's say I have 1,000 US dollars. So the source currency is US dollars. And then I want to convert it to Canadian dollars. So that is Canadian dollars now in my target currency. So it is going to convert it, and then I'm supposed to return the amount, isn't it? It's going to return the amount. So the return amount is going to be multiplied by the exchange rate, isn't it? It's going to multiply by the exchange rate of the source currency and the target currency. Then it's going to return us for us to have the accurate amount of what the exchange is going to be for one currency to another currency. Right. Then come now to finally we are having the main function, the def main function, where we are going to be calling all of this. You get it, person of this all with the listing the amount. So inside this main function, with the object of this particular function, we have the amount, which is get amount. So you see the amount here, which is going to get the amount, is going to call the this get amount function, which is get amount function, which the users are going to enter. You see here the amount variable. You get it? And then we have the source currency, which is the source currency is get the currency from the source. Then the target currency to get the target currency, and then the convert amount. Now these are different objects. The convert amount now is going to be holding. You see this amount is holding the get amount, the amount the users are going to enter. The source currency is going to be getting which source currency you want to convert from euro or from Canadian dollars, from US dollars, or where do you want to convert? You get it? And then the target currency is going to be holding the currency level that you want to convert to. That is your target. And then we have the converted amount, which is holding what the the amount that it is converted from the source currency to the target currency. And then we are printing the total, we are printing that amount. So I'm using the formatted string, the amount, so I'm printing the amount. That particular amount of the source currency is equal to, so it's going to convert this amount of the source currency is equal to the converted amount now to the target currency we are going to get. Then we are calling the main function. So guys, hope this is clear, right? It is a very short and nice, beautiful thing to know how to convert the same thing you'll be going online to convert a currency from one currency to another. So today you can now do it yourself to convert your currency. You can be able to build it and you can be able to modify this code. You can add as many currencies and labels as possible. Remember, once you do here, you also need to add as many as possible to go to work. You can modify the way you want and get it. So it's so beautiful, right? So this is how you can be able to do it. Now let's run this program to see how it runs. So you run it. It says enter the amount as a set. So to be able to enter the amount, let's say I'm giving 3,000. Let's say $3,000. I want to take it from 3,000. Which currency? US dollars. US dollars. And I want to convert. That's the source currency. Now I want to convert to which the target currency. Let's say euro. When I take enter, it's going to tell me that convert it to give me saying that 3,000 amount 3,000 US dollars is equal to 2,550 euro. Can you see, guys? It's so beautiful, right? The same way you do it, this is how you convert online. This is what has been taking place in the background. You just go and put to check, oh, I'm converted from this currency to this currency. You run the check and give it to you. Because everything has been put in place, even the exchange rate, everything has been put in place. So let's rerun it again. Enter the amount. Let's say 1,400.889 cents. Okay. I want to convert it from which, let's say Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars. I want to convert it to US dollars. So it's going to give me this. So 1,400, this 0.8 cent Canadian dollars is equal to 1,120.71 cents. So can you see how you can be able to convert? This is how you can convert your currency from one currency to another, which is a source currency to the target currency. Guys, hope this is very, very clear and very, very easy for you to understand. This is all about this particular project. I hope you can practice and learn more. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed to this channel, guys, if you're watching us for the very first time, please feel free to join the community by clicking the like button, because very soon we are going to be entering complex projects. You see, we are climbing, right? We are climbing complex projects. You get it? And we shall be able to see it. Stick with us. We're going to see how you can also build a website from scratch to finish. Come on to build, like hotel management project, build even projects, to see from the beginning to the end, and with the source code. And as I told you, the source code, click the description, the link to the description box below. You're going to see the source code, the link to the source code. You get it. And if there's any project that you find there that you enter to check, and you can't find this in the source code there, just give me a message and I'm going to forward you the source code. Okay. So to know whether you're studying or where. And guys, for those who did not watch the part 1 and the part 2 of this Python 25 Python projects, if you look at the end screen as we are finishing now, look at your end screen, you're going to see the distance, you're going to see the playlist of Python projects. Python projects, you click there, you're going to see all the projects and with your source code. And then if you want to also study Python full course to understand, if you're interested to know about Python, the full course, you want to study it from scratch, you just click also, you look on this end screen, you're also going to see Python full course. You see the link of the playlist, you click on it and it's going to open for you to start studying ASAP. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and don't forget to keep a like, because when you like this video, guys, you're supporting this channel by liking the videos and enjoying the materials. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next class, where we are going to be seeing this in the part 4 of this Python projects. See you. Bye bye.